Hello and welcome to another riveting edition of The Buzz. I call it riveting because it's been a riveting week here at the Daily News, and we just want to keep it going on camera. We're going to start off by talking a little volleyball. Eddie Evans had the luxury of being at Hartington Cedar Catholic's match with Norfolk Catholic the other night. For Hartington Cedar Catholic, they're running the gauntlet this week. They also played Lutheran High last Saturday and were scheduled to play Lutheran High on Thursday. Here's Eddie with more from Tuesday's match with the Knight.
Well, Gail, it was a hard-fought win tonight.
Yes, it was. I said both teams were very senior-led. We were talking about that, the experience of Cedar and the experience of our girls with the seniors, and that played a lot over the years, and this has just always been a good matchup, and no different tonight. I tell you, I'm just so proud when my girls stuck together and played some defense. It takes everybody, and it's not just one girl out there, and I'm just really proud of the efforts of everybody day in and day out. That makes nights like this happen.
Hey, thanks, Eddie. And you're not the only one that's seen high-rated teams play each other. I'm not seeing them on the court. I'm seeing them on the field. And last week, it was one of the best games I've seen in my 7 years here at the Daily News. You know, a lot of times you go into a big game and there's all this hype and there's all this excitement about it, and then it's a major flop. Not even necessarily a major flop, but it doesn't quite live up to the billing. Well, last week in Albion, that wasn't the case. Norfolk Catholic's 35-31 come-from-behind win over Boone Central had just about every element you could want to give it one of those game-of-the-century type labels. The Knights got down by 10 points twice, including in the second half. They scored on the final play of the third quarter to pull within 31-28. Then Jonathan Love scored a 1-yard touchdown with just over a minute left to put them ahead, 35-31. Boone Central got the ball back. A little bit of drama still in the final minute of the game. And I think one of the elements, besides the amazing atmosphere, as you can tell from the crowd behind me here, was just the plays that the players were making. For Norfolk Catholic, Jonathan Love, he graduated years ago. He was a hurdler for the Knights. Jackson Love is the guy I'm talking about. I'm sorry, Jackson. Jackson had 27 carries for 174 yards, the touchdown I was talking about before, and a 27-yard touchdown run on a counter play earlier in the game. And for Boone Central, they did get that big lead, but they had kind of a slow start, which happened to them in the week before in their win over Pierce. That's something that Cardinal coach Arnie Johnson hopes the team can improve on as they work down the road.
Oh, I know what the deal is, but we did the same exact thing last week in Pierce. They kicked off to us, and our very first play, we gave the ball to them on a fumble. And that's just something that we got to fix, but at the same time, our kids still believed. I mean, we believed we were going to win tonight.
This week, there's going to be an incredible D1 game when High Plains Community travels to Howells-Dodge. If you don't know much about High Plains Community, you need to know this. They were the Washington Redskins before the Washington Redskins were the Washington Redskins. What do I mean by that? This year, the Redskins redesigned their offense. They restructured it around Robert Griffin III, trying to emulate some of the things he did while winning the Heisman Trophy at Baylor. Well, before High Plains quarterback Tanner Fate took the reins last year, High Plains did the same thing. They went to more of a zone read offense so they could put the ball in his hands more often. He ran the ball for over 2,000 yards. He passed it for, I believe, 600 and some yards. He's an ultimate dual threat quarterback. High Plains could really put themselves on the map with a win over Howells-Dodge, but Howells-Dodge and the Jaguars, I mean, you have two of the most solid 8-man programs over the last 20 years, and they continue to build. They're still building that bond. They're still coming together as a team. So what we've seen the first couple weeks from Howells-Dodge, 2 convincing wins, that's only going to get better. So you can expect a kind of a conflict of styles on Friday, too. It should be a tremendous game. Another game that you might want to look forward to on Friday, we're going to be live streaming here at NorfolkDailyNews.com. That's going to be Madison at Norfolk Catholic. The Dragons are coming off of a big win last week. Norfolk Catholic, of course, we already talked about the Boone Central Newman Grove win. Madison's going to look to try and keep that momentum building. Obviously, Norfolk Catholic is a whole different level of football, but it could be an entertaining game. So come back to NorfolkDailyNews.com Friday night for live streaming. And as always, for NorfolkDailyNews.com and The Buzz, I'm Tom Beamer.